Sean O'Malley's fight against Aiemann Zahabi at the UFC White House card has officially been elevated to an interim bantamweight title fight. Suga confirmed the news himself in a recent video. The rumor was first floated by Chael Sonnen, but many fans brushed it off at the time, as Chael is infamous for constantly leaking so-called insider info that later turns out to be false. But now O'Malley has provided the full details, revealing that Petr Yan is injured, which forced the UFC to turn this matchup into an interim title bout on June 14th. This development means Merab Dvalishvili will not be getting his expected title shot this summer, something that had been widely anticipated after his strong run. The machine will now have to wait longer for another crack at the belt. For O'Malley, this is a huge opportunity. A win over Zahabi would make him an interim champ and give him major momentum heading into the second half of 2026. The fight now carries much higher stakes on the historic White House card. Let's roll the clip of Chael and Suga confirming the interim title news.
All right, this just in. Sean O'Malley's fight at the White House has been elevated to an interim title fight, which means a couple of things. First off, get well to Petr Yan. And secondly, it doesn't look like Merab will be getting that immediate rematch.
What's up, guys? Let's go off the phone with Hunter, Dana. Suga versus Aiemann at the White House is for the interim title. It will be 5 rounds. They said Petr Yan is going to be out till early next year with his back surgery. Right after his back surgery, he's getting hair implants, so he's going to be out for an extra few months. Suga, Aiemann, interim title at the White House.
Kamaru Usman just addressed Colby Covington's recent call-out for a potential Real American freestyle wrestling match. After Colby's dominant win over Dylan Dennis, he called out several big names, including Khamzat Chimaev, Arman Tsarukyan, and Usman himself. In his latest appearance, Kamaru didn't shy away from the idea at all. He said he is interested in facing Colby on the RAF mat and believes it would be a fun matchup. However, he pointed out one major obstacle. The UFC currently has a rule that prevents active roster fighters from competing in other combat sports events like wrestling. He believes this rule will make the fight difficult to book. Colby has already said he plans to sit down with the UFC to discuss potentially changing or making an exception to that rule so fans can see high-level wrestling matchups between current UFC athletes. This back and forth has created real buzz around a possible Covington versus Usman grappling clash. Both men are elite wrestlers with proven takedown defense and control, so the matchup would be highly technical and entertaining for fans. Let's roll the clip of Kamaru responding to Colby's call out.
The rule from the UFC is that they can't wrestle against an active fighter, I believe is what I'm hearing. So, and that's gonna be kind of tough to get what the people want, which is myself potentially versus Covington. So I don't know if that's I believe what they're saying the rule is 2 active fighters can't wrestle one another, which I don't know. Has there been 2 fighters that have wrestled one another, Henry? I like them to keep doing it that way. It was phenomenal. Great card from RAF. I need to go back and watch the whole thing. But man, RAF does it again. You're setting the stage here to where Olympic champions, world champions from other countries, other nations now are looking, wow, there's something new for us. There's somewhere we can go. You're seeing that now.
Ilia Topuria just went off in a recent Spanish interview calling Arman Tsarukyan the easiest matchup in the lightweight division and accusing him of running from Islam Makhachev by pulling out of their title fight last minute. Topuria dismissed Arman as someone he doesn't rate highly at all, saying he's the least dangerous contender at 155. He referenced Tsarukyan's withdrawal from a book title shot against Islam, claiming he tried to avoid the matchup. This echoes Ilia's past comments that he'd rather vacate the lightweight belt than fight Arman, which had some fans believing he was avoiding the Armenian fighter. Most fans and analysts view Tsarukyan as potentially Ilia's toughest stylistic threat at lightweight. Elite wrestling, chain takedowns, top control, and durability that could neutralize El Matador's striking. Right now, Ilia Topuria is focused on finishing Justin Gaethje in their upcoming fight, then challenging Islam Makhachev for a 3rd belt. He is chasing the toughest matchups to build his legacy. So the idea that he is avoiding Arman does not really hold up. Let's roll the clip of Ilia going off on Arman.
Tsarukyan is the easiest matchup of them all. He's much easier than Justin or anyone. Much easier. I don't even know what to call him. Imagine having the opportunity to fight for the world title and when the day comes, you pull out because your back hurts. I just can't even understand it on any level. I would have fought without an arm. I don't care. The days I fought Volk and Max, I don't care. Come on, I would fight no matter what. And him, you know what he did. Oh, my back hurts. I can't fight. Man, clearly you're not where you need to be mentally. You're just weak.
Arman Tsarukyan just gave a very confident take on a potential matchup with Ilia Topuria after his dominant rematch victory over Georgio Poullas at Real American Freestyle. In the post-fight press conference, when asked how he thinks the fight would go inside the octagon, Arman said Ilia wouldn't last more than a round. He believes his wrestling is so good that Topuria would be taken down early, controlled on the ground, and finished with ground and pound, likely a TKO from top position. Arman's elite wrestling and top control, proven against Oliveira and others, give him real confidence, but Ilia's takedown defense and get-up ability have held up against strong grapplers before. The division is buzzing. Arman clearly sees himself as Ilia's worst stylistic nightmare if they ever meet at lightweight. Let's roll the clip from RAF press conference.
Arman, a lot of experts and fans are saying they want to see you face Ilia Topuria. Many believe he's got great takedown defense and knows how to scramble back to his feet. With your elite wrestling, do you think you could keep Topuria on the ground for a whole round?
I could take him down without even breaking a sweat. He's small, short, compact, and those types are always tricky to control, you know? But still, I'd get him down with no problem. I wouldn't need to hold him down for several rounds. We'll see about that, but I don't think I'll need it. Honestly, I don't need one round either. Just one takedown, a couple of big ground and pound shots, and that's it. Fight's over. He's not making it further than that, trust me.
Conor McGregor made a surprise appearance in Ireland today, stepping into the boxing ring for a 3-round exhibition match. In front of a packed crowd, Conor scored 2 standing 8 counts on his opponent during the short exhibition. This was his first time boxing publicly since his loss to Dustin Poirier in 2021, and it gave fans their best look yet at where the Notorious is physically after nearly 5 years away from competition. Meanwhile, the UFC is actively working behind the scenes to book Conor for the International Fight Week card on July 11th at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. While no opponent has been officially confirmed yet, several big names are being discussed as potential opponents, including Michael Chandler, Mauricio Ruffi, Max Holloway, and Carlos Prates. A return fight for McGregor on such a stacked weekend would be one of the biggest combat sports events of the year. The hype around his comeback continues to build rapidly as we head toward the summer. Who would you like to see him face next? And what are your thoughts on this exhibition match? Leave your comments below. That's it from MMA Psycho. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.